Deep within the boundless expanse of the Eurasian steppe, where horizons stretch endlessly and the silence is profound, lay the heart of an extraordinary enigma. Not a lost city, nor a buried treasure. Instead, something far more ephemeral, yet infinitely more powerful. A network. A silent force. Unseen by most, its tendrils reached into every corner of a burgeoning world, connecting distant outposts with imperial centers. What was this hidden web? How could such a system possibly function across such unforgiving distances, and what secrets did it hold that allowed empires to rise and consolidate their power? Imagine a world before satellites, before railroads, before even reliable roads. A world where communication across hundreds, even thousands of miles, was an epic undertaking fraught with peril. Mongolia, the epicenter of this mystery, is a land defined by its sheer scale. Vast steppes, formidable mountains, and the desolate Gobi Desert stretched out, natural barriers to any coherent system of governance or information exchange. How, then, did empires born from this very landscape manage to command armies, administer territories, and relay vital intelligence with any semblance of speed or accuracy? For centuries, the formidable distances of Central Asia seemed to defy the ambitions of any single power. But then, something shifted. Out of the steppe emerged forces that would reshape continents, forging empires of unprecedented scale. Yet, an empire, however vast, is only as strong as its ability to communicate. How did rulers, separated by weeks or even months of travel from their furthest domains, maintain control? What invisible threads allowed the whispers of command to travel, unimpeded, across a quarter of the globe? The answer lay in an ingenious, yet demanding, logistical masterpiece. At its heart, this network was about information. The swift, reliable transmission of decrees, intelligence reports, and military orders. It wasn't about leisurely travel, but about urgency. Life and death. Imperial stability. Imagine the pressure on those entrusted with such critical dispatches. Every journey was a race against time, a silent testament to the empire's will. Without this invisible thread, the very fabric of these colossal states would have frayed, unraveling into disconnected fragments. But how was this thread woven across such immense, hostile territory? To sustain such a system, an infrastructure far more complex than simple pathways was required. It demanded a meticulous organization, an intricate choreography of resources and personnel. Consider the elements necessary: fresh mounts, trained riders, food, shelter, security. A constant supply chain spanning vast distances. It was a logistical challenge that would test even modern ingenuity. What hidden machinery operated beneath the surface, ensuring that a message, once dispatched, would reach its destination with astonishing speed, defying all conventional limitations? This wasn't a fleeting innovation, but a system that evolved and endured, echoing through centuries of imperial ambition. Its origins are shrouded in the mists of time, perfected by successive powers who understood its indispensable value. It adapted to new rulers, new technologies, and ever-expanding borders, consistently proving its worth as the ultimate tool of control and expansion. What deep-seated knowledge allowed its creators to design something so robust, so scalable, that its principles would resonate through later eras, even influencing the very shape of global communication? The journey of a message began with solemn gravity. A sealed scroll, often carrying the fate of nations, was handed to a designated rider. No small task, this. Each rider knew the immense responsibility they carried, the weight of imperial power resting in their hands. They were the critical link, the human conduit through which the empire breathed. What kind of individuals were chosen for such a demanding, often dangerous, role? What training, what dedication, what unflinching resolve was instilled in these silent carriers of history's turning points? Key to the system's efficiency were its meticulously spaced relay points. Not mere roadside inns, these were purpose-built stations, strategically located to minimize travel time between changes. Here, tired horses were replaced with fresh, eager mounts, and often, the message itself was passed to a new, waiting rider. This continuous flow, a human and equine relay race, was the engine of its speed. How many such stations were scattered across the immense territories? And what complex administrative structures ensured their constant readiness, their relentless operation, day and night, through all seasons? The speed achieved by this system was nothing short of astonishing for its era. Imagine traversing vast distances in a fraction of the time it took traditional caravans. It was a revolution in communication, allowing emperors to react to distant events with unprecedented swiftness. Military campaigns could be coordinated across thousands of miles, rebellions swiftly suppressed, and trade regulated with efficiency that confounded rivals. How was such velocity maintained without sacrificing security or exhausting the network's resources? This was the true genius of its design. The messages carried were as varied as they were vital. From the minutiae of provincial administration to urgent military intelligence, from diplomatic overtures to decrees of law, the network bore the entire weight of imperial communication. It was the lifeblood for rulers seeking to govern truly vast, disparate populations. Imagine the sheer volume of information flowing through these hidden channels, each piece a critical cog in the machinery of empire. What would happen if a message was lost? Or delayed? The consequences could be catastrophic, altering the course of history. Behind the efficiency lay the unwavering dedication of its personnel. The riders, often young and fearless, traversed every kind of terrain, endured every extreme of weather. The station masters, vigilant and organized, ensured the smooth transition of horses and messages. Their commitment was not merely to a job, but to the very stability of the empire they served. Who were these silent heroes, these unsung architects of imperial power? Their individual stories remain largely untold, yet their collective effort forged a lifeline for distant civilizations. Ensuring the security and integrity of these vital communications was paramount. Messages were often sealed with imperial stamps, and sometimes even encoded. This wasn't merely about delivery, it was about protecting sensitive information from falling into the wrong hands. The system itself, while extensive, operated with a degree of secrecy, its inner workings known only to those directly involved. It was a hidden language of power, understood only by the imperial elite and their trusted messengers. What clandestine methods were employed to safeguard these crucial secrets? The Yam system wasn't just a convenience, it was a fundamental tool for empire building. It allowed rulers to project their authority over vast, newly conquered territories, consolidating power and integrating diverse populations. Without this rapid communication, the Mongol Empire, in particular, might never have achieved its astonishing scale or duration. It transformed distant provinces into manageable extensions of the imperial center, creating a cohesion that defied geographical logic. How did this single innovation redraw the maps of the world, forging a unified realm unlike any before it? The influence of this remarkable network wasn't confined to the borders of a single empire. It facilitated trade, cultural exchange, and the movement of people across continents. It paved the way for diplomatic missions and scientific expeditions, connecting distant civilizations and fostering a greater understanding of the wider world. The Silk Road, already a network of exchange, found a new backbone in this swift communication system. How did a seemingly simple postal route become a catalyst for global interaction, subtly weaving together the destinies of disparate peoples? After centuries of silent service, its true identity can finally be revealed. This hidden postal web, this invisible thread that shaped empires, was known as the Yam. Derived from the Mongolian word for post station or route, the Yam system was a masterpiece of ancient logistics. Its name itself encapsulates its purpose, a network of strategically placed stations and dedicated riders, ensuring rapid, reliable communication across the vast, challenging terrain of Central Asia and beyond. The Yam, a name largely forgotten, yet its impact undeniable. To grasp the true genius of the Yam, one must comprehend its staggering scale. At its peak, under the Mongol Empire, it was a colossal undertaking. Imagine thousands of post stations, meticulously maintained, each stocked with fresh horses. Miles of established routes, spanning continents, constantly monitored and protected. This wasn't merely a small-scale operation, it was an infrastructural achievement that dwarfs many modern endeavors, built without the aid of advanced technology, relying solely on human ingenuity and dedication. A testament to foresight and relentless organization. Though the great empires it served have long since faded, the Yam's legacy subtly endures. Its principles of rapid, interconnected communication, of relay systems and dedicated infrastructure, laid foundational blueprints. It demonstrated the profound power of organized logistics to shape geopolitical realities, influencing later postal services and communication networks across the globe. Even today, the echoes of its sophisticated design can be seen in the very fabric of our modern connected world. A silent, ancient marvel, whose impact continues to resonate. The Yam was more than just a means to send messages, it was a testament to human ingenuity and adaptive organizational power. Born out of necessity in a vast and challenging environment, it evolved into a sophisticated system capable of connecting disparate cultures and maintaining the cohesion of monumental empires. It was a masterclass in ancient logistics, a demonstration that even without technological marvels, with vision and unwavering commitment, seemingly impossible distances could be conquered. A design so timeless, its efficacy remains striking. So, the next time you marvel at the speed of global communication, or the intricate logistics of modern trade, remember the Yam. Remember the silent network, the hidden postal web that emerged from the vast plains of Mongolia. Its riders, its stations, its unwavering purpose. They laid the groundwork, demonstrating how an invisible infrastructure could wield immense power, shaping the very course of history. An unseen hand, guiding the destiny of empires, from the heart of Asia to the farthest reaches of their influence. The Yam. A name whispered by historians, but its impact shouted through the annals of time. It stands as a profound example of how human civilization, faced with the grandest challenges, can conceive and construct systems of incredible complexity and efficiency. A testament to foresight, dedication, and the power of connection. Though physically dissolved into dust and memory, its shadow stretches across millennia, a silent triumph of organization, a hidden web that truly shaped empires. Unseen, unforgotten, forever etched in the story of human endeavor.